friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. Today we are going to be doing messages from goddess Aphrodite. She is the Greek goddess of love, creation, beauty, desire, all of those great things. So I wanted this reading to be a encouraging and uplifting reading for you. Life has been so hard for most of us, and I think it's just nice to just check in and at the same time get useful messages for you. So we have three options today. Option number one is this white rose with the pearls. Option number two is this pink flower with the pearl bracelets. And option number three is this red rose with the clamshell necklace. Pause the video if you need to. Ask yourself which pile or piles have a message for you. And let's get started. I wanted to do a quick breakdown of the reading we're going to be doing today because I'm going to be covering a few different things. So I want you to be aware of what those things are. So we are going to start the reading by looking at who you are, what's beautiful about you, who you are as a person, what makes you unique, what is beautiful inside and out about you. We are going to continue the reading by looking at what makes you desirable to other people. We are then going to jump into any love lessons that you're currently learning, and that could be in romantic relationships or just one-to-one relationships. We are then jumping into what are you currently creating in your life? What are you manifesting? Then we are going to get overall messages from Goddess Aphrodite for you, and we are going to end with some charms, and that's going to be the reading for today. As always, remember to leave any suggestions for what you'd like to see next on the channel in the comments below, but let's jump in. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the white rose with the pearls. And I'm going to very slowly move this over because it was not easy to get it to look the way it does. So we are going to be looking at a few things. I did do a reading breakdown after the intro. Check that out. If you want to, I highly recommend that you do. As a reminder, before we get started, it's a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But we are going to start the reading by looking at who you are. What makes you beautiful? Who is my viewer? Who are you? And this is also going to serve as confirmation. If you do not relate to the information that comes out with, who are you? What makes you beautiful? All of these things. Try a different pile, or it could just be, if that doesn't resonate, it could just be that there's no message for you in this reading at this time. And that is perfectly okay. But let's get started. So we have the Seven of Wands. Ooh, Page of Wands. Okay, pile number one. Some of you have very strong fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or you could even have a stellium in Sagittarius, stellium in the 9th house. Let's take a look at what else we have here. High Priestess. Okay, I actually think I want to do it this way. All right, that feels better. So pile number one, who are you? What makes you beautiful? Let's talk about it. So first and foremost, again, a lot of fire energy here. So, for many of you, and not only fire energy, but we have the High Priestess energy here as well. Many of you are very spiritual. You are someone where spirituality plays an important part in your life. You are also someone who is very creative. My pile number one, you are someone, you do not give up easily. You are willing to put out a fight. You are not someone where if something doesn't work out, you just walk away. You are very clairvoyant for some of you. For some others of you, it's going to be claircognizant. Regardless, you are very gifted. You have a few of the clairs. I think for this pile, for most of you, you have at least one intuitive gift, but you may have more than one. I would say 2 to 3 for some of you. For my pile number one, you can be very, very restless at times. You are always seeking knowledge. You are always seeking to improve yourself and to improve your knowledge of the world around you. For some of you, you've done a lot of study around spirituality, and it took you a while before you found your spiritual path. For others of you, you are still seeking your spiritual path. You are still seeking what works for you. You have a better idea than you did before, but you're still seeking that. As far as who you are, my pile number ones, you are someone who is very creative. Even if you don't do anything for like career and work that is creative, there is this energy here of someone who, at least in your downtime, you do partake in some sort of creative endeavor. And at the very least, you're someone who approaches problems, situations, circumstances with a very creative lens. You are quite defensive of those that you love. You are quite protective of those that you love. I do feel for my pile number ones, you keep your circle small. Your inner circle is pretty small, though I do think for some of you, it's very easy to go somewhere and, if you have to talk to someone, you can absolutely do that. You tend to light up a room, and I'm not just saying that. I do think for many of my pile number ones, you have a very strong solar plexus and sacral chakra. I would say the solar plexus is your strongest chakra for my pile number ones, which is interesting because you also have a very strong third eye. My pile number ones, you are someone who you're very stylish as well. For some of you, you have a very distinct style to you that's coming up, that's standing out. For some of you, you collect shoes. That's coming through. That's very specific. But shoes are important for some of you, where that's like how you pull your outfit together. I'm getting a lot of things, so I'm trying to give them to you as I get them, but give me a minute here. Pile number one, you are also someone who stays active. You also have a very active imagination. You are always moving on to the next thing. You are always looking forward to the next thing. It's very interesting because I do feel kind of an ambivert energy for this group, because I do feel like you need time to recharge. But I do think you're able to keep up with the extroverts. It's almost like you can be an extrovert when it's required of you, but you do require your time to go within and to recharge. For some of you, you wear a lot of black clothing, and there may be a pop of color. Like you may wear an all black outfit, add some red, add some yellow, add some like orange. There's a lot of fall energy here for this group, so it could be that autumn, fall is your favorite season. You could feel very comfortable during the fall and autumn months. For some of you, it's just that you prefer the fall and autumn. Pile number one, for many of you, Halloween is your favorite season. You like adventure, but at the same time, there's a level of comfort that is needed. It's like you, in order for you to step out of your comfort zone and try something new, you need to feel sure of yourself, if that makes sense. Like the things around you have to be pretty stable, and then you can kind of go on an adventure or be more spontaneous. For some of you, you're into philosophy. For my pile number ones, there's something about your hair that is very beautiful. Some of you have like wavy curly hair, or it's a very full head of hair, regardless of how long or short your hair is. For others of you, you stay active, whether it's like walking or some form of exercise. Some of you are into yoga. That's coming through very strongly. My pile number ones, you have a friend group, like you have a friend group that's like between 1 and 3 people that you're very close to. And those are the people that you can count on, and those people can count on you. As I was saying, shoes are coming in as important. For some of you, you may have a shoe collection. You're very strong and strong-willed. Some of you could be a bit stubborn. Some of you have a fire-water combination, so you could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and then also have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in there as well. You're very fiery, but you also have a lot of water. There's definitely that balance here of action, but also that balance here of being someone who needs to go within, who is very in touch with intuition, feelings, and creativity. As I said, solar plexus, sacral chakras are your most active and your most powerful chakras. You create quite easily. You are a great manifester, my pile number 1. Some of you have had past lives where you have been a high priestess, could have been a high priest as well. Some of you feel very connected to either Egypt or Greece. Someone here may be planning a trip to Greece at some point in the near future, or that is a desire of yours to head that way. I do feel for my pile number 1s, for many of you, you would enjoy travel, and that's something that you're bringing more of into your life. Some of you enjoy hiking, running, walking. Again, this is a pile that most of you stay very active. For some of you, it's an active mind that's coming through. Very caring, very nurturing energy, especially to those that you love. You also know when to set boundaries and when to stand your ground on those boundaries, and that's something that you've learned throughout the years. Some of you were the older sibling, so you've had to take on way more responsibility than your other siblings. Some of you could be an only child as well, but I'm kind of getting older sibling energy. Let's take a look at what makes you desirable to other people. And we have 2 more of the Modern Witch Tarot cards. Wow, Queen of Cups. We're going to talk about that. Knight of Swords. And this is what makes you desirable. We also have slow down and rest when you need it. Celebrate yourself, you deserve it. And today holds unlimited possibilities to see the beauty in life. All right, let's talk about it. So, pile number 1. And I'm not going to talk about desire in the sensual way, if you know what I mean, because YouTube does not like certain cards. So I'm going to talk about desire in general and what makes you desirable to other people, not just in the romantic sense. So for my pile number 1s, what makes you desirable is you come across as very beautiful. You are seen as a very beautiful person. Like there's something about you that really is beautiful to other people on the outside. It's so much more than that though. So for my pile number 1s, for many of you with this Queen of Cups here, you're very nurturing, you're very loving, you're very kind. You give out a very gentle, warm aura. People see you as someone who is very loving, very kind, very forgiving. And what's funny is that even though you show up as all of those things, people also understand that you are not someone to be played with, that you are not someone that they should be crossing, that you are not someone who they can take advantage of. So it's like if you're on my good side, I can be all of these wonderful things to you. I can be nurturing, I can be loving, I can be supportive. However, you also give out that energy, don't cross me or you will find out. It's kind of like that F around and find out energy that you have with you. And again, I feel for many of you, it took a while for you to build up to that, because I do think some of you went through a period, or you could still be going through a period where you were still letting people kind of step all over you at times, but you've developed very strong boundaries. As I was saying, for many of you, hair is coming through, like whatever, there's something about your hair that's very beautiful. There's something about your hair that stands out. It could be hair color, it could be texture, it could be, whatever it is, there's something about your hair. For my pile number ones, you also smell very good, and that's coming through. For some of you, you smell like a flowery scent. Um, there's some sort of flower that you wear that has a scent, like a perfume or something that has like a flowery undertone to it, even though it may not be the main ingredient. There's some sort of flowery essence or something that you have. For others of you, it could be other things, but I think for the majority of you, it's grounded in some sort of like floral scent. It could even be like you have your own place, and your place it has like, I don't know, like essential oils that you burn or candles that you burn, and they smell very flowery. It's connected to nature that's coming through. So there's something about you that smells really good. You take care of yourself exceptionally well. You groom yourself well. You are always put together. Even when you don't try to appear like you are put together, you come across as being put together. For some of you, you have Libra very prominent in your chart. I'm honestly seeing everything here except the earth signs. But I'm majorly getting Libra energy here because it's giving that very beautiful Venusian energy. It could be Taurus as well. I know I just said I didn't really get much of the earth signs, but Taurus is ruled by Venus, and that energy is coming through of just someone who shows up very well put together, even when you don't feel that way to other people you appear to be. For some of you, it's the soap that you use that smells very good. There's something about you that smells really good. For some of you, you have a hair color that stands out. It could be like pink, purple, green, blue. It's a fantasy hair color that stands out. Some of you give mermaid vibes. I don't know why that's coming through. It could be the hair color. It could be something about you that is ethereal. It could be something about you that reminds people of a mermaid. This is a group, again, you're very much in tune with your feelings. For some of you, you may do work in massage therapy, in cosmetics of some sort, or you are someone who keeps up with yourself and with your self-care. You are also very much aware of how much you work, and you do like to give back to yourself. You do like to invest in yourself. So that could look like I'm going to treat myself to a massage. I'm going to treat myself to a nice dinner. I'm going to treat myself to whatever the case may be. Maybe a new pair of shoes for this group. I really keep getting shoes as important. For some of you, you know how to dress well for your body type. Like, you come across as very beautiful. As far as what's desirable for you, you know your worth. You know who you are, and you know what you want out of life. And you know when to give yourself a break, and you know when it's time to keep pushing through. Though I do feel for my pile number ones, you're someone who is used to pushing through and not giving up and not really taking as many breaks. For many of you, you have a lot of things going for you. Like, you could have a career, but you also have a side gig, and you have, you're kind of constantly exploring. For some of you, you're someone who enjoys going out to eat, and you're constantly exploring new places. There's something that's very expansive about your energy, and people realize that. You come across as very sweet, compassionate, and loving. You come across as someone that is very approachable. For some of you, the color pink or purple could be your favorite color, like a teal as well, coming through as your favorite color here. It could be colors that you kind of give off the energy of those colors, like your aura can give off the energy of those colors as well. For some of you, you have big plans, and people see you as someone who has the potential and someone who will probably meet those plans. Like, you'll probably be able to make it happen. It's like if you were voted most likely to succeed. I'm sorry, if there was a vote to who is most likely to succeed, people see you as that person, as a person who's most likely to get what it is that you desire in life. For some of you, your life really just appears very romantic, very beautiful to the people from the outside looking in. And I will say, I do feel like my pile number ones, you may say, like, I don't know what you're talking about. I struggle. I'm not well put together, but that's not necessarily how people view you. And remember, we're all going through life and figuring it out. So it's what people see you, how people look at you. You come across as someone who is very supportive of others, and that makes you very desirable. Especially in one-to-one partnerships, whether it's platonic or not, you are very encouraging of the people that you connect with, and they really love that about you. They really appreciate that about you. All right, let's move on to major love lessons that you are learning at this time. Actually, you know what? No, we're not doing that yet because I wanted to pick some physical attributes cards, and this isn't going to resonate for everyone. This is going to serve as confirmation of the energies that are coming through, but I wanted to pull 5 cards just to see what else is desirable about you, especially when it comes to your physical looks. I dropped one. I will grab it in a minute. Actually, I want these 2, and I think there's 2 on the floor. Bottom, yep, slim build for some of you. Again, if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. One moment. All right. Not me dropping another one. All right. So we have wavy hair. I did say something about the hair. I'm also seeing green eyes. This could just mean there's something very beautiful about your eyes, something very striking about your eyes, especially if you don't have green eyes. It could just be something very captivating about the eyes. For some of you, you do have tattoos. You definitely have that energy. You have that badass energy, pile number 1. Thin eyebrows. Something about the eyebrows coming through here as well. Ponytail, hair again. So you may wear your hair in very specific ways. That's very beautiful. Like I said, it's different things for different people, but for this pile, the hair really is coming through. Something about, it doesn't have to be a slim build, but there's something about the way that you are built that is very beautiful to other people, very desirable. Some of you have like curves, like beautiful curves. I'm seeing that as well. If you have tattoos, your tattoos are amazing. Pile number 1. And yeah, we have the green eyes and the thin eyebrows. So something about the eyes, and you know what they say, the eyes are the window to the soul. So there's something about your eyes as well. Take what resonates with those. But now we are moving on, and we are going to be looking at what lessons are you currently learning in love. And this could be, this deck is going to be geared towards romantic love, but the messages are going to be any kind of love. Expectations. When you expect too much, no one measures up. Ditch your list. Want what's real. We're going to talk about these. Then we have soulmate only. You have many soulmates who would be great for you. There's not just one. Ooh. And then we have excuses. You have so many reasons that it never works out. Find reasons that it can work. Okay, so let's talk about the lessons that you are learning in love. First of all, pile number 1. These are lessons that you are learning regardless of your relationship status. And like I said, for some of you, this could definitely be in platonic relationships that these are showing up, even with your family, friends, anything like that. So for my pile number 1, you like significance. You like significant connections. You like significant everything. Like, I feel like this is a pile where you want meaning. You are very deep. You understand the importance of what you give your attention to. And especially for those of you that may be single, I do feel like this is a group where you may find little things about people that you don't like, which kind of prevents you from going forward. This could be in friendships as well. So be very cautious with that energy of, you know what, me and this person wouldn't mix well because we don't get along when it comes to this topic. Now, obviously, there are bigger topics at hand. There are topics that you have to, you can't agree to disagree. But this is talking about little things. This is saying, if you don't like the same TV shows, movies, if you don't like the same books, if you don't practice the same spiritual beliefs, you can still find ways to connect with people. Now, for those of you that this resonates on a friendship level, this is a reminder to be open-minded. Sometimes we want to expand our horizons. We don't want to be in an echo chamber with people who are really only confirming our beliefs. We want people that are going to challenge us and help us grow and help us evolve. So that's a message that's coming through, that not every single connection, whether romantic or not, has to be something that lasts forever and ever. Some things are meant to be around for a short time, and that is okay. Some things are meant to not be as deep, and that is okay. We can learn lessons from the people around us. Now, for those of you that are single and you are seeking love, you are waiting for your person to come in, for some of you, there's almost this message here of be mindful of how picky you are being. Now, everybody has their wants and needs. The needs are not, you cannot compromise on what you need. If you need someone who is honest, emotionally available, those are bare minimum. That's not what we're talking about. Again, this is almost that same energy as I was saying a few minutes ago of, well, I don't like how this person types their text messages. Well, I don't like how this person, I don't like the things that this person is into. This is saying be very mindful of your expectations. For some of you, what you are learning is that there may be something deeper that prevents you from connecting, whether it's a romantic relationship or a platonic one. Some of you have a very high wall, and I want to say with the Seven of Wands being here, this message is being amplified, where for some of you, you've been hurt in the past and you don't want to get hurt again. So there's almost this wall that is meant to protect you, that you've made it to the point where not many people can make it to the other side. And if you're in a place where you're okay without the connection, where you're okay exactly where you're at, that's absolutely fine. This message won't apply to you. But if you're in a place where you're ready to connect, where you're ready to really spend time with another and be vulnerable and build something, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, you are being asked to look at your expectations. You are being asked to look at your definitions. And you're even being asked to look at the excuses you make for why things don't work out. So this is really saying it's time to be self-aware when it comes to relationships and how I prevent myself from connecting. And for some of you, it could even be that you meet someone and you start to picture the future with them, right? Well, what is this going to look like in 5 years? We've all done it. We've all been there. But the question is that serving you at this point in time? Because at some point, you did need to keep yourself safe because you were more vulnerable to falling into people's lies, deceit, into people's games. But who you are today, pile number one, the lessons that you have learned, you can be more open, and you are more equipped to protect yourself and your heart. And you're really just being asked here by Goddess Aphrodite, what is it that I want? What is it that I need? And in what ways am I getting in my own way? Take that as it resonates. And for some of you, what you're going to find is that there may be a level of, I'm trying to protect myself so much that I shut people out, or that I built a wall so high that no one can climb it, no one can get through. And it does take bravery to be, vulnerable. It it is a risk of getting hurt. And unfortunately, there's no way that we can guarantee that we won't get hurt when it comes to connecting with others, when it comes to life in general. So this message coming through is saying, in love, in relationships, in connection, you are ready for so much more. But you're going to have to let people in. And that is scary. That is okay. You've got this. You are stronger than what you realize. You've learned the lessons. All right. Pile number 1. Let's move on to, what are you currently creating? What are you creating for yourself at this time? What is it that you're manifesting? Strength. Wow, we have the Queen of Cups twice. So again, very strong Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, very strong intuitive energy coming in. Pile number 1, what you are creating, what you are manifesting, what you have the opportunity to create and manifest at this time is, first of all, for some of you, it's going to be different things for different people. For some of you, your spiritual gifts are growing. You are becoming more in tune with your spiritual gifts. And what's interesting is that this is a pile that is already highly sensitive, highly intuitive, highly gifted, but your gifts are growing. For some of you, I'm hearing mediumship is one of the gifts that's coming in. For others of you, you may take on a spiritual business of some sort or content creation. This is confirmation that if you've been thinking about that, it's time. For others of you, you may be considering taking a class. Someone here may want to become a yoga teacher. If that's the case, that's confirmation for you. It could be a Reiki master. If that's the case, that's confirmation for you. Others of you are going back to school to become some sort of counselor, therapist. Some of you are in school to be a psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor. Someone here may be going back to school to become a teacher, or you may be going back to work as a teacher. That's coming through. Someone here is pursuing a job with a career with animals. There's something here that's very nurturing that you are bringing in, that you have the opportunity to create. For many of you, it's going to be in the realm of career finances, and you will be able to make a living through this. It will take some time to take off the ground, but it will. There is abundance here. For others of you, this is more on your personal side of life, like your personal life where it doesn't really involve your career, where it doesn't involve your work or your schooling, but it's you learning more. Some of you are moving forward with a creative project that could be music, writing, painting, drawing, something along those lines. Someone here may be opening an art studio very soon. If you are, it will be successful. It will take a little bit of time to take off the ground, but it will be very successful. For others of you, what you're manifesting is more kindness towards self, more self-love. For my pile number 1s, you are becoming fully aware of your impact, your importance, your beauty, and what you bring into this world. You're building up your confidence. Some of you, there's an inner strength that's coming in where you are realizing that you don't have to feed into people's BS. You don't have to respond to people. This is a group where in the past, perhaps like you engaged in arguing with people when you had a disagreement, and now you're kind of just, I don't have time for this. I'm going to walk away from this. You're not worth my energy. You're being very selective about your energy because you're investing in yourself. And like I said, for some of you, this is also an investment in your career, your finances. You are manifesting the version of yourself that is more vulnerable, that is going to show up and take space. For some of you, you will be launching something that is going to require you to be vulnerable with some sort of community, with some sort of collective. And what you're manifesting is the courage to do that. You're understanding the importance of authenticity and the importance of your vulnerability. pile number 1. Someone here is going to be a coach. There's a lot of helping careers coming in for this group where you're either moving into it or you're relaunching it or you're getting back into it. And for some of you, this is going to be a transition where you may have like a full-time job, a full-time career, and you're going to transition into this. Be patient with yourself. For some of you, Goddess Aphrodite is actually one of your deities, one of your patrons. Work with her. For a few of you, what you are manifesting is a loving relationship with someone who is emotionally available, with someone who treats you the way that you deserve. If that is the case, that will happen. I'm getting 6 to 9. That could be 6 to 9 weeks, days, months, different things for different people. All right, let's get into the messages from Aphrodite, and then we are going to pull the charms. Let's see what we have here. I am the creator of my own life experience, and I accept this present moment as my own creation. This is a very creative time for this group. You're transforming, you are creating something, and you needed to have the experiences that you had in order to create that thing. I celebrate the power of being myself, honoring my individuality, and embracing the incredible gifts I bring to the world. What did I say? Some of you are going to be more vulnerable. You're going to show up more authentically in the world, and that's going to open doors. If you've been trying to launch something, if you've been trying to do something, and it hasn't been working, it's because you haven't been yourself. You've been trying to hide an aspect of yourself. For others of you, if you do content creation, let people see you. That's going to help you as well. And be honest, you don't have to put on a show for anyone. Just be yourself. I am worthy of receiving genuine respect and kindness in every relationship I cultivate. This is something that you've learned, and this is something that is now going to be returning to you. As I said, if some of you are trying to manifest a relationship, there is one that's coming in that's very balanced. There is a person coming in for you that is going to be very, very respectful, very loving, very honest. But again, remember the messages of give it time, let it unfold. You don't have to figure it out immediately. And then we have, I let go of self-criticism and negative self-talk, replacing them with kindness and compassion. And what did we say? What you're manifesting? The Strength card, kindness and compassion. All right, let's see what other 3 we have. And it says, hey girl, let go of what you can't control. Breathe, darling. So a message of surrender. Everything is going to come together. I also want to mention these cards are the Hey Girl Oracle deck. So take the message, even if you don't, if you're not a woman, you can still take the message. It's just the name of the deck. I actually want to show you the back of the picture, and then let's see what we have here. It says, hey girl, in the heat of life's challenges, you don't just survive, you become stronger. That is what you are. You're not a survivor. You are in some ways, pile number 1, but you are so much stronger than that. And what you are learning is that your story is so much more than what you've been through, and that the best is yet to happen, and that you get to create the best, that you get to create what it is that you want to experience. And then, here's the card. And then finally we have, remember you're steering this ship. Your destiny is in your hands. Goddess Aphrodite saying that's a perfect way to end it with the cards. Your destiny is in your hands. You get to choose. You get to co-create. It's not up to anyone else. All right. So we are going to pull some, I guess. Yeah, we can say pull. We're going to get some charms for you. And here is my little charms little trinket. So it's kind of full in here. All right, we got quite a few. Let's see what we got. Pile number 1, we have the apple. I did say for some of you, you could be a teacher. We have the heart. And what's interesting about this heart especially is that this heart to me looks like it's filling up, and that's what's happening. You are filling up with self-love. We have, is this another heart? Yep. The lock and key. You are unlocking yourself. You are unlocking your authenticity. For some of you, this is also a message that someone is coming in who has the key to your heart. Connect with your inner child with this. I just want to look at it up close. Yeah. To me, this is about connecting with the inner child. Look at what this reminds me of squirrels. I know it's a little nut, but it reminds me of squirrels. You're very busy. You're always doing what you need to do. You are creating foundations. You are anchoring yourself in to your truth, to your authenticity at this time. For some of you, travel is coming up, or Paris, France could be very significant, Europe. But for some of you, this is you bringing in more travel, and you will be getting more money to travel. Glass half full. To me, this is the glass half full. Make sure that you are looking at life from that lens. It's good to be realistic, but it's also good to bring in hope and have hope. To me, this looks almost like a pearl. This could also be a mirror, so you're doing shadow work for some of you. But for others of you, this is confirmation that Aphrodite is one of your patron goddesses. The elephant here, abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Yep, that's the elephant. Just wanted to make sure. It's hard to see through the camera lens sometimes. Let's see what else we have. What did I say? This is number 5, the Chanel number 5 perfume. For some of you, you smell delicious. Like, pile number 1. If you make it this far, let me know what perfume or what body spray you use, because I need to know. Or like soap. There's something that comes through. Yeah, you're very spiritual. For some of you, Felix is an important name because I'm thinking of Felix the cat. For others of you, you definitely have a pet that is a familiar. Some of you could be cat owners or have a black cat. What do we have here? Look at this, another cat. Some of you are moving out of scary cat energy and into very confident energy. And look at that. You're very beautiful. You're very graceful. Swan, right? Is that a swan or is that a duck? No, it's a swan. Listen, if it's not, you correct me. And it's a swan. That's what I'm taking it. You're stepping out of the box. You're growing out of this. You're stepping out of the box. That's what's happening for you. And you are growing. For some of you, the color blue, very important. But again, we have a lot of blue here with the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But pile number 1, that is what I have for you. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when I post next. Right now, my schedule is Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern time. There will be a new video dropping. But again, let me know what you'd like to see next in the comment section below. Thank you again for letting me read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and we will talk soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to this pink flower with the pearl bracelets. And we're going to place that right there. Thank you so much for being here. As a reminder, it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. I also did a reading breakdown of what you can expect of this reading. I highly recommend checking that out. But we are going to get started. So we are going to start with, who are you, right? What's beautiful about you inside and out? Who are you as a person? All of those wonderful things. So this is meant to help serve as confirmation. If this description does not match you, then this is probably not your pile, which is okay. Just make sure you pick a different pile, or it could just be that this reading has no messages for you, which again is okay. But let's get started. So first we have, Queen of Swords. Then we have Temperance. Okay. And then we have the Healer. Okay. So pile number 2, let's talk about it. Who are you? First of all, let's get the signs out of the way. Strong air signs, right? So the air signs are Gemini. Why do I want to say Virgo? There could be a Virgo because Virgo is an earth sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There you go. We also have heavy Sagittarius energy here. So those could resonate. Those could be sun, moon, rising. They don't have to be. Those are just extra confirmation that the message is meant for you. For some of you, there's also water energy here too. Pisces, Scorpio coming in, Cancer as well. So pile number 2, you are very intelligent. You are very wise. You know who you are. You know what you want. And I think you're one of those people who have known that for a very long time, if not since you were very young. Some of you work in careers or jobs that require a lot of mental energy. You could be like accountants, analyst. You could be, some of you are in STEM, that's coming through. So anything mathematical, anything scientific. You are very strong. You are, for some of you, the outer shell appears to be tougher than what you actually are. And that's a form of protection. That's coming through. Like for some of you, you come across a lot tougher than what you actually are. It's like you put out a mask of toughness. And that's not to say that you're not tough, because you do have this energy that you're not someone I would ever want to cross. Again, very heavy Sagittarius energy here. You speak your mind. You are not afraid to be blunt. You are not afraid to tell people exactly what you think of them. You're very self-critical as well. You tend to criticize yourself. You hold yourself at a very high standard. And sometimes that does translate to other people and, kind of being disappointed by what other people choose to do. For some of you, there was a mother wound at some point. There could still be that mother wound there. For some of you, you've already healed that. For others of you, you're still working on healing that. What's interesting is that you are also very kind, very loving, but you don't show that to just anybody. You don't let that side of yourself be what people see the first time. This is a group where most of you are probably introverted. You like to spend time with yourself. You may have a lot of hobbies. You may spend a lot of time really just with yourself. For some of you, you have a meditative practice. For others of you, you're very big book readers. Like this is my, I have stacks and stacks of books. Some of you I definitely get self-help books, but I'm also getting some romance, some spicy romances here. This is my group that likes that. Some of you are in finance. Again, very intelligent energy, very, very wise energy as well. Some of you could be managers. You could be business owners. You have no nonsense, no BS energy to you. People know not to cross you. If you are a manager, you run a tight ship. Like this is a tight ship that you are running here. You are not playing around. I do feel you have friends, but I feel like you have a very, very, very small circle. For some of you, you have like 2 best friends, and then you have acquaintances. Like you don't claim everyone as a friend, pile number 2. Some of you are writers, or some of you are aspiring writers. Some of you could be into gardening. I'm hearing someone here needs to drink more water. So if you've been getting headaches, because I kind of felt a pang on my head, that could be a message for you. Take it as it resonates. What's interesting, pile number 2, is that what's underneath this Queen of Swords is a big softie. You are someone who is very ethical. You don't care who's looking. You don't care what other people are doing. You will stay true to yourself. You've received offers from people, you've received situations, you've had things happen in your life that you could have chosen the wrong thing, right? You could have chosen what you knew was wrong, and you always did the right thing. You're not one to take shortcuts. You're not one to do what's easy. You don't want anything that's easy. You would rather put in the hard work and earn it than have something handed to you. You're not always very trusting of other people, and I think that's because you've been burned. For some of you, a very close friend, this could have even been a sibling, burned you, pile number 2. They did you dirty. This could have been a romantic partner, but I feel like for many of you, it could have been a few people throughout your lifetime. And that's part of the reason why you keep to yourself. That's part of the reason why you like to show up in a very specific way. But again, underneath the surface, you're very kind, you're very gentle, you're very nurturing. You would do anything for just about anyone. But you don't always want to take credit for that, do you? My pile number 2s, for many of you, you're either very close to children and or animals. Could be the elderly as well. But again, there's a level of distrust around other people. It's very hard for you to relax around other people. For some of you, this is stemming from childhood. Someone was betrayed by a teacher. That's coming through. That's very specific. Take it if it resonates. Maybe a teacher kind of just did something to you that didn't feel good. This feels more of like the way that they treated you. There's Aquarius energy coming in as well. You're very unique. There's something very unique about you. For many of my pile number 2s, there's some sort of Uranus major aspect. Like you could have some sun Uranus, moon Uranus. You could have some connection to the rising. There could be a stellium that involves Uranus or Aquarius that's coming through. Your life is constantly going through some level of transformation, some level of change. And you enjoy that. For some of you, you work in chaotic environments because that's what you enjoy, because that's what you like. Pile number 2, you come across as a badass. Like, I'm seeing outfits that are just so badass. Some of you dress like very goth-like. Others of you, it's like a very eccentric. You don't really follow other people's styles. This is a group where your accessories is what makes your outfit for you. It's very interesting because I'm seeing kind of accessories. So they could be rings, it could be necklaces, it could be something in your hair. It could be like shoes and belts, but I'm kind of getting more of like the jewelry kind. My pile number 2, if you're someone who wears dresses, the dresses that you wear are badass. That's coming through. This is a pile where it's also very easy for you to look at everyone's perspective. Like you can really find reasoning and you can really see where people are coming from. So sometimes it could be very hard to make up your mind. I'm hearing the Notebook. What was her name? I know it's Rachel McAdams, but Allie and Noah, where he's like, what do you want? And they made it into a meme of like food. Some of you, when it comes to food, it's very hard for you to decide. Some of you have very luxurious apartments, or like something about the way you keep your apartment is very beautiful, very unique. I don't know why I'm getting like a super soft, comfy bed. Could be that that's how you recharge. You just take a nap or you spend time in your bedroom. This is my true crime pile as well. I'm getting for my pile number 2s, you probably are into true crime documentaries or documentaries in general. It could be animals as well. This group has the owl. Some of you have ravens. Some of you have crows. There's some sort of bird that serves as a spirit animal for this group. Someone here wants to go skydiving. Or you've been skydiving. Paragliding as well is coming through. You may enjoy spending time outdoors. But I want to talk about this healer because it's interesting. Every time I go to talk about the healer, I'm pulled out and something else comes through. And I feel like that's my pile number 2s. You don't really like people to see the softer aspects of you at all times. So that could be it because I keep getting sidetracked. You are a healer. For many of you, your presence alone is very healing to other people. You are also someone who has done a lot of self-healing. You are someone who puts in the work to become a better version of yourself. One thing I will say about my pile number 2s is that for some of you, you can rationalize certain things that have happened to you, but you're not very good at feeling your ways through the feelings, right? It's like, I know why this happened. I understand why I went through this. I've come to peace with it, but there's a lack of actually coming to peace with something by actually feeling through it and allowing yourself to be sad. So there could be a level of discomfort when it comes to feeling the feelings, when it comes to sitting with the unknown, when it comes to just, being uncomfortable in the feelings as they come up. And I don't want to, this is not somebody that, you're not someone who's spiritually bypassing this. You just keep busy. So it's like, oh, that's coming up. I don't want to deal with that. So let me work on something else. Let me focus on something else. You are meant to bring something together. You are meant to bring your healing side and your no-nonsense side together and merge them into one. Pile number 2, at times you may kind of question if you are a bit too harsh. The answer is not really. Like, I think you just handle yourself like a boss, and some people just can't handle that, and that's on them. That's not on you. Let's keep going. Let's look at what makes you desirable to other people. And as I said to the other piles, I'm not really going to be looking into sensuality, if you know what I mean. Just because, YouTube doesn't like certain words and certain cards, but we're going to look at what makes you desirable in general to other people. The High Priestess. Wow. You're definitely mysterious. You're not someone who's like just blabbing and sharing all your life to anyone who will listen. Knight of Cups. You feel things very deeply. We'll get into it. Set your intentions with heart and soul. Some of you have very beautiful legs. Unleash your inner wild child. Get up and dance. And be bold. Don't be afraid to stand out. All right, pile number 2. I was going to say 3 for some reason. Pile number 2, let's talk about it. So you are someone who comes across as very mysterious. People can't quite figure you out. That makes you very desirable, especially when it comes to the dating world. People look at you and they're just like, what is this person about? You don't really give people the time of day. And that's in general. Like, I don't really get someone who just gives anybody the time of day. So that also makes you desirable. It's that mystery that, like, I can't have this. I can't really connect to this person. They won't let me in. So that really makes people want to get to know you even more. As I said, for some of you, there's something about your legs that's very, very attractive. I'm also seeing hands as very attractive. For some of you, you are very good at creating something with your hands, which makes you very attractive. There is this mysterious aura that you give out that people know that there's more to you that makes them want to get to know you. And that's a very, very big part of what makes you desirable, of what draws people in. So I do feel this is a group where you do have to be discerning, and that's why you learn to be discerning of the people that come close to you, because your aura is very inviting. Your aura really draws people in. And I do feel for my pile number 2s, you're someone where you kind of have the effect on people where they either love you or they hate you, and there's no in between. Like they either want everything to do with you or they want nothing to do with you at all. For my pile number 2s, I think some of you want to hide your spiritual side, or you don't really want to share too much about yourself, but I do think people see how spiritual you are. Some of you collect crystals and people are very aware of that. Others of you, your healing abilities is what draws people in, and that's part of your aura. They can't really tell exactly why, but there's something very healing about you. This group in specific, I do feel you had a past life where you were a high priestess that worked healing people through intimacy. I'll say it that way. You know what I mean. I just want to be very careful what I say over here on YouTube, but through intimacy, there's something very alluring about you. Some of you have a very beautiful figure. Some of you, the chest area is very, very beautiful. My pile number 2, some of you are very good at makeup, and I'm seeing some bomb eyeshadow and lip colors. Some of my pile number 2s have a very beautiful voice. You could be singers, you could play an instrument. There's something very carefree about you, and people want to be around your energy. Because you really have this energy of nothing is getting to me, I don't give an F. Some of you really have like that, like, no, I don't care. You're not going to get to me. You don't feed into drama. You don't feed into BS. You tell people exactly how it is. Some people really want to earn your approval. That's coming through. And that's not why you do this. I want to make this clear. Like, this is not, you don't do these things to get attention. You don't do these things to, to make people want you, but that's the effect it has. For some of you, you do this because you really don't want to deal with people's drama. You don't deal with childish things. You don't deal with cliques. In school, when you were younger, some of you were bullied, and those people may have come back into your life and wanted to be in your life. Because you're going places, pile number 2. You are achieving things. And you're not afraid to stand out. There's something very, very unique about you. It could be the way that you dress. It could just be your hair. It could just be your makeup. For those of you that wear makeup, it could be something stands out. And it's not always very obvious to other people what that is. Some of you are trend setters. Somebody here could work in fashion, or you're very good at putting outfits together. This is a group that is very closely related to astrology that's coming through. But as far as what makes you desirable, it's your aura. It's how you carry yourself. It's your interest. You have a lot of interest. It's who you are. Who you are is why people find you desirable. Why people want to connect with you. Why people want to be around you. Let's actually take a look. I want to pull some like physical attributes. And these are not going to resonate for everyone. That's okay. They're not meant to. If it resonates, take it. If it does not, feel free to ignore it. But we're going to kind of get confirmation. Further confirmation here. Some of you have, there's something very beautiful about your lips. Your lips and your nose. Like there's something very beautiful about your lips and your nose. Some of you have very full lips. Some of you, it's different things, different people, but something about the lips. Dark brown eyes. So for some of you, it's something with the eyes. Let's see what else we have. A mole. I wonder if that's what it is, because I said lips and nose. Some of you may have a mole. I'm also kind of getting moles in like the chest area. I don't know. That's coming through. Thin lips. Yeah. Something about the lips. High bun. It could be hairstyle as well. Your style in general. Glasses. This to me confirms the mystery. You're very mysterious. People can't figure you out. You're not the easiest person to figure out. And I think people tend to think you're more complicated than you actually are, because I do feel you're very honest and you're very, what you see is what you get. But I don't think people always realize that. And hazel eyes. Yeah, so for this group, eyes coming through. You could have hazel eyes. You could have dark brown eyes. It could be style. Again, that very mysterious. Something about the lips. It could be a mole. I keep getting lips and nose. Something about your lips and nose. So take what resonates and let's move on to what current lessons are you learning around love at this time? What current lessons are you learning about love? And before we get started, this is going to be platonic or romantic, and we're going to talk about it. So let's see what comes through for this group. Everyone leaves. Choose a partner who can commit to you and let yourself commit to them. Mixed signals. You don't let others know you are interested. Flirt and be approachable. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Pile number 2, I really think that you intimidate people. So if some of you are sitting here and you're single and you're wanting to be in a relationship and you are saying, no one approaches me because of X, Y, and Z. No. You know why they're not approaching you? Because you intimidate them. And then we have indecision. You are afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. So let's talk about this. And as I said, we're going to read this in general. This doesn't have to be just romance. For many of you, it's going to be romance. So when it comes to love lessons that you are currently learning, what my pile number 2s are mainly learning at this time is quite simple. You are learning to figure out what you want and what you don't want. For some of you, if you're single, you've probably been single for a little while now, and you're kind of getting comfortable in that energy, but there's a part of you that really wants a relationship. There's a part of you that really wants a connection. And that connection wants to come in, but you need to get clear about what it is that you want, because there is this back and forth energy that is here in this pile of hot and cold, yes and no, I just don't know. So you're putting out mixed signals, not only to the universe, but to the people around you. Now, even if let's say like you're not interested in romance, you're not interested in a partnership, you are more interested in creating friendships, right? The same message applies. You need to be clear about what it is that you want in a friendship, and you need to be willing to invest in that. Because the truth is, all relationships, whether they are platonic or not, they require our attention, they require our commitment, right? So you need to be able to invest in your friendships, in your relationships. Let's say that you meet someone and that person wants to be a friend. You need to make time to go out with them. You need to make time to talk to them. You need to make time to build the relationship. The same is true for romantic relationships. When you are getting to know someone, you need to, get to know them. You need to go on the dates. You need to do the things. And I feel for some, not all, only take it if it resonates, of my pile number 2s, you kind of really enjoy your alone time. You enjoy spending time by yourself. And some of that is by design, and some of that is a fear reaction, a fear response. So that is why for this group, the major lesson coming in around love is, who am I? What do I need? What do I want in relationships? Where am I at right now today in my need for connection and in my desire for connection? Am I willing to invest? Do I really want this long-term relationship? Do I want this life partner? Do I want this friendship? If so, how can I put myself out there and meet people halfway? And for some of you, it's absolutely okay, and it is absolutely encouraged for you to be the one to go out and talk to people. Because again, your energy is so strong that some people are just intimidated. And I know some of you are now thinking, well, if that's the case, I don't even want to get to know them. If that's how you feel, that's perfectly fine. But there are some of you that are willing to be the one to approach someone. You are willing to be the one to initiate the conversation. So that's coming through. One thing that you're also working through, pile number 2, is any sort of wound around abandonment and people leaving you, people walking away from you, people not investing in you in the way that you invest in them. And as you work through that, what you're going to find, pile number 2, is that you're going to be more willing to connect with other people. And as I always say on this channel, sometimes we need professional help in order to do that. And that is perfectly okay, because some of this work is very hard, and some of this work we need a therapist, or, a counselor to help us through it. Trying to see if there's anything coming through here with the love lessons that you are learning at this time. For some of you, it's not even the people approaching you. It's about once they approach you, how do you let them know that you're interested? Or are you willing to let them know that you're interested? And again, this doesn't just have to be romantic. This could be just in general as a friendship of, I am, somebody approached me and I'm kind of interested, but am I letting them know that? Am I investing in them? And am I showing them that I'm available, or am I making up excuses? Am I scared to go on that date? Am I scared to get to know someone and be vulnerable to the point where I keep putting it off, and now I'm here struggling because they take it as a sign that I'm just not interested and they walk away from me? So that's coming through as well, that it's not just, okay, people aren't going to approach you, because that's not necessarily true. There's always going to be someone who's willing to approach you. There's always going to be someone who is very secure, very confident, and they will come your way. It's also about, let people know where I'm at, and let me be vulnerable and say, you know what, I'm interested. For example, if you're getting to know someone and you want them to text you first every single time, eventually they're going to think you're not interested. And I think that that's one of the big things that's coming through, is that you have such a good poker face that people don't really always know what you want. And this is true for everyone in every relationship, but it's especially true for my pile number 2s. It's time to communicate. It's time to be vulnerable. It's time to express your needs in connections. So you can say, I don't always text first, but I really appreciate it when you do text me. It brings a smile to my face. I'm interested. I want to be friends. I want to do things. Maybe not today, I'm not feeling well, but I'm very interested. Things like that, where you are being clear about where you're at and where you want things to progress to with the person that you're connecting with. And again, platonic or not. And for some of you, you're in relationships and there could be fears of, this person's going to leave me. I think for my pile number 2s, there's a fear of, maybe people are going to leave me. Maybe people are going to betray me. Maybe people are going to walk away from me, to the point where you may not fully invest, which ends up being almost a self-fulfilling prophecy of, you know what, this person isn't into me, so maybe I do need to leave. So that's really what's coming through for you, pile number 2. And you've got this. You've really got this. Like, you can do this. You will do this. Like, you're someone who's so determined that you will get to the other side of this, step by step. All right, let's move into what you are creating, what you're manifesting at this time. And we have 2 tarot cards. Page of Swords, 7 of Wands. Okay. Speaking of step by step, definitely one foot in front of the other for this group, one step at a time. You don't have to figure it all out at once. But pile number 2, what you are currently manifesting is, you're currently getting some new ideas. You're currently manifesting new possibilities. You are in a period of transition where you are getting ready to start something new, to try something new. For many of you, you will be getting some sort of intuitive guidance on what you want to do next. For others of you, you already have the idea. You are going to become more grounded in yourself, in your truth, in who you are. You are going to become more confident in yourself. And for my pile number 2, what's interesting is that what you are manifesting is actually more vulnerability. What you are manifesting is feeling more self-assured. What you are manifesting is a very internal process for this group. This feels like there are changes that are happening within you that are going to manifest outside of you eventually. But first, these are changes that are manifesting within. And a lot of those changes have to do with figuring out what your next steps are, figuring out what your interests are. Because for my pile number 2s, you've changed, you've evolved as a person so much that you're almost kind of getting to know yourself all over again, right? You're figuring yourself out at this time. And what Goddess Aphrodite is helping you with is feeling more centered and more grounded within your truth so that you can eventually act upon it. Right now, you are almost in this planning stage of what is coming next. And you're really being protected. And for some of you, this may look like a stagnant period. So if things aren't really moving, things aren't really happening, that is by design to allow you to connect with yourself, go within, and really come up with the next steps. You are able to connect to your higher self. We have the High Priestess and the Healer card here. This represents your ability to connect to your intuition, to your higher self. So what you are manifesting is a closer connection to self and a more grounded energy in order to approach the truths that are coming in. Because for this group, you are realizing some truths about yourself and the way that you approach the world. You're learning more about yourself. There's a lot of self-awareness here that you're manifesting that's coming in, that's going to help you move to the next stage. But for right now, for this group, this is a time to really ground yourself. And this could be a very good time to journal for this group because words are very, very important for you. Words are very powerful for this group as well. So be very mindful of how you speak to yourself. Because this is a group where you have an inner critic that can be very harsh at times. So be kind to yourself. But what you're manifesting is a groundedness in the truth of who you are, that nothing outside of you is going to shake you. Nothing outside of you is going to make you question yourself. And again, eventually what that's going to do is it's going to lead towards growth that is going to show up in your physical reality. Let's see the messages from Aphrodite. And after this, we're going to pick the charms. All right, let's see what we have here. I have the power to change my life by changing my thoughts. When I change my thoughts, the world around me changes. This is exactly what I was trying to say. What you're manifesting and what you're creating right now is the internal changes, as above, so below, as within, so without. And eventually, this is going to change your experience, your life as well, and the world around you. I allow myself to feel worthy and abundant. I am worthy of great success and prosperity. So Aphrodite is really reminding you of your worth and that you deserve the best and that abundance, success, prosperity are yours. I open my heart to love and the perfect partner. I am the perfect partner for my perfect partner. Wow. Yeah. And again, this can apply in friendship as well, but this is a reminder that you don't have to change yourself. You don't have to pretend to be something that you are not. You don't have to hide behind the shell, the mask. Because there's someone out there that is going to love you as you are, and you're going to love that person. And that's not to say that you're not going to have little arguments. That's not to say that they're not going to annoy you and you're not going to annoy them sometimes. But it's going to work, and you're going to work through it. And you are fine just as you are, because you are the perfect partner for them, as they are the perfect partner for you. Not because either of you are perfect, but because you fit together. Oh, I thought we had one more of those. Sorry. So we are going to look at the pictures here, and then I will show you the message on the card. So this is the image. And it says, if life is a chess game, you are not a pawn. You are the effing queen. And your life has been a bit of a chess game. Pile number 2. And that's why you're so strong. But there's a reminder here that you can be soft, that you can be vulnerable, that you've got your back, and you don't always have to walk around hiding yourself or being afraid of getting hurt. And yes, that's a possibility. Whenever we connect with anyone else, whenever we do anything, there's a possibility we'll get hurt. But that doesn't mean that that's exactly what's always going to happen. So here is the other card and the image, and it says, your struggle is part of your story. You're resilient. Yeah, you're absolutely resilient. Pile number 2. I mean, you have the Queen of Swords representing you in Temperance. I forgot to mention this, but a lot of you have a strong connection to Archangel Gabriel. It could be Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, or it could just be angels in general. And then remember, self-love is not selfish, it's self-empowerment. And you're going through a period of empowering yourself. You're going through that period of growth. All right, we are going to pick some charms just to tie the messages together. Look at my little charm. All right, I'm trying not to look. All right. Let's see what we have. Ooh, you have a lot. What is this? To me, this looks like a shark tail, a mermaid tail. You can absolutely swim through the depths of anything. You can move through transformation. For many of you, you have alchemist energy. You can transform energy to its highest potential. Yeah, look at the seahorse. This is a group where you feel things very deeply and you're very wise. Look at the owl. Yep, very wise. Very wise energy for this group. For some of you, you may have grown up religious. Some of you could work with like Mother Mary, Jesus Christ as ascended masters. This is also, to me, the cross is about faith. Some of you are into goth, like goth cathedrals for some reason. That came through. Take that as it resonates. What did I say? Angels for this group. Angels really watch over you. Angels really protect you. Focus on what makes life sweet. And this to me is also confirmation that if you're seeking a partner and you haven't met them yet, they are out there. Your match is out there. And you will meet them when the time is right. Look at the bird. A lot of peace coming in for this group. Look at the circle. Part of your purpose in this life is trust. And it's to find trust. If you are someone that wants to get married, that's confirmation that that's very much possible. You're meant to cultivate joy, happiness, gratitude. This is the firefly. Some of you have a crossed over loved one that watches over you. A lot of you, a lot of birds, a lot of animals that fly, insects that fly coming through. Look at the butterfly, transformation. Infinity symbol. You're always growing, always evolving, very self-aware. What goes around comes around, as above, so below. As within, so without. That's part of what you're learning at this point. Some of you are learning Hermetic's properties at this time. The starfish. A lot of sea, a lot of water as well. Again, very deep. And you're doing a lot of deep healing work. We have the moon and the star here. This could be a group that you could benefit from doing some sort of moon ritual. Especially full moon coming through when it comes to releasing. You are royalty. You know exactly what you deserve. You know who you are. Embrace that. Some of you are very good with makeup. I'm seeing this as a ring light. That's what I'm seeing with this, a ring light. If somebody else is seeing something different, let me know in the comments below. But pile number 2, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I post every single Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comment section below. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the red rose with the clamshell necklace in there. I'm going to place that there. Thank you so much for being here. As a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it. Also, I did do a reading breakdown over at the beginning. The timestamp for that is below. I highly suggest checking that out. But let's get started. So with this reading, we're going to start by looking at your energy. And we're going to start by looking at, who you are, what makes you beautiful, and everything about you. What's interesting with this group is you got extra cards. So I did 2 of the Modern Witch Tarot and 1 of these Meet Your Guides card, but you got 3 and 2. So we're going to describe who you are and what's beautiful about you. Let's start here. So I do also want to say, if this portion of the reading does not resonate with you, it's possible that this is not your pile. Try choosing a different one, or it could just be that this reading has no messages for you, and that's okay. 5 of Pentacles. Mediumship. Okay. Protector, Warrior. Then we have one more, 2 of Pentacles. How do I want it? Okay. I think this is how we're going to set this out. All right. Pile number 3. Okay. You have a lot of energies here. And like I said, more cards than the other piles. So let's jump right in. So pile number 3, you are someone who is... Pile number 3, you've been through a lot. You've been through some shit. That's the first thing that's coming through here. You are someone where life has not really been easy. And I know that that's true for most people, where it's like, I mean, whose life super easy for? But your life really has not been easy. You have gone through incredible loss in your life. And for some of you, that could have been physically losing a parent or caretaker very early on. For others of you, this could just be throughout life. You've lost people, maybe not necessarily like they've crossed over to the other side, but you've just lost relationship, friendships, and things don't always go your way. The thing about you, pile number 3, is that you are extremely resilient. You are not going to stay down. Life cannot knock you down, and you refuse to stay down, and life knows that about you. And to be honest, I think that's part of what you are meant to experience in this lifetime, and I'm not trying to romanticize the struggle for anyone. But this really does feel like throughout life, you take 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. But you're stubborn. You are hard-headed. For some of you, you could be Earth signs are very well represented here. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. You could have those placements significant. But you're not one that, it's almost like a challenge. It's almost like every time something happens, it's a challenge. And for some of you, you may sit down and you may just feel bad about yourself, and you may feel bad about the situation, and you may be angry and you may be sad, but that only lasts about a day or two, sometimes a week or two. And then you get up and you say, time to try again. And what you've achieved this far, whether you are 20, whether you are 40, whether you are 50, what you achieved, pile number 3 this far, is that you have a self-mastery about yourself. You understand yourself. You understand your true intentions. You understand what makes you tick. There is a level of self-awareness here that some people are going to reach their last day on this earth and they will not have the self-awareness that you've had from a young age. Not because, again, it's been handed to you, but because you've had to figure it out, because you've had to claw your way through life. And this is both a very beautiful energy, but it's also a very difficult energy to live with, right? Because you have lived through a lot of trials and tribulations. You have obstacles that show up in your life. You have situations that, you get blocked by certain things in your life. And you've had to open your own doors. You've had to create your own doors. They say when a door closes, look for the window, right? Go through the window. For some of you, you've had to create your own window, right? And my pile number 3s, I do feel you're very introverted. I do feel you're very resilient. You're very courageous. And I don't think many of you would consider yourself to be courageous. I think you may kind of scoff at that notion of courageous me, but you are. You're very, very courageous. You're very brave. You are very strong, badass, all the things. And you've put in the work. There's something that you're extremely good at. For many of you, there may be more than one something, but at the very least, there's one thing you're very good at. And it's because you've earned it through hard work, through dedication. For some of you, you are eternal students, where you are constantly learning something new, where you are constantly studying about something new. Some of you are artists, and the life of an artist is not easy, is it? Pile number 3. Some of you work a day job and then you do something on the side. Some of you are single parents that are, you're in charge of someone. You are a caretaker of some sort. Even if you're not a single parent, even if you are not a parent, like maybe you're not a single parent. Maybe you and your partner are still together, but for some reason you end up doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Some of you could be caretaking for someone, maybe like a loved one. There's a lot of heavy energy, and you are the protector. You are the one that watches over other people. You are the one that takes on the responsibility. Let's say that you're not a parent. Let's say that you're not caretaking for someone. You show up to your 9-to-5 job, and guess what? You're the one that people are looking to. You're the one in charge of the projects. You're the one in charge of getting the group together. You're the one in charge of taking the initiative on something. Even in your friend groups, pile number 3, in your relationships, people count on you. People look to you. For some of you as children, you probably grew up having to be the adult in the house. Maybe you had siblings that you had to take care of. Maybe your parents just were not very great at caretaking and you were the one caretaking for them. This is the energy of a wise old soul. This is the energy of someone who probably grew up a little too fast. And for some of you, this is the energy of loneliness, right? But pile number 3, I don't think you would complain. I don't think you're someone who necessarily complains. You're someone who It is what it is, right? That's kind of what I'm hearing. It is what it is. Like, I don't feel like, it's almost like if you, pile number 3, were out and you were talking about situations and everyone is sharing and you share yours, everyone kind of stops and they look at you and they cannot believe what you're saying. But you brush it off and you say, it is what it is. That's just what it is. That's the energy. I've dealt with it. Conceal, don't feel, right? Let's quote Elsa here from Frozen. Conceal, don't feel. That's the energy that comes through for my pile number 3s. You juggle a lot. You make it look easy. It is not easy. But you don't complain. Pile number 3. What's beautiful about you is your resilience. What's beautiful about you is your courage. What's beautiful about you is your kindness. What's beautiful about you is your ability to make anyone feel at home, anyone feel seen. Pile number 3, I would not be surprised if you are the type of person that genuinely loves other people. I would not be surprised if you're the type of person that gives to foundations that mean something to you. Pile number 3, you are the person that shows up and donates to the women's shelter. You are the person that shows up and donates to the animal shelter. You are the person that shows up and gives time out of your day. You do the volunteer work. You put your money where your mouth is. And even if that's not something that you're able to do, where maybe you can't donate money, you donate your time. You donate your things. And maybe it's not for a foundation. Maybe it's for your friends and loved ones. You are the person where your friend just had a baby. Pile number 3 is the first one to show up. You are the person where you are out having a good time and you're thinking about your other friend and you may grab them a trinket and bring it to them. You're on vacation and you're thinking of other people and you just do something nice for them. Acts of kindness are your love language for many of you. And you are the person who is continually growing. You're not going to give up. That's not in you. For some of you, when it comes to standing out, you don't really feel comfortable with that. You can support someone. You can hold space for that person. You can do whatever it is that you need to do for them and push them up and prop them up. But when it comes to you, some of you prefer to be in the background because you don't like to take up all of the attention. Some of you may describe yourselves as a little bit awkward when it comes to social situations. That is very endearing, by the way. I really do feel that's coming through. But pile number 3, you are also very spiritually gifted. This is a pile where you're very closely connected to your spirit team, to your spirit guides, spirit animals, angels. Pile number 3, you're also kind of a beacon in your community in some way. And again, this could be work, this could be your friend group, this could be just your community in general. This could be a larger community. This could be like an online community. For some of you, you work with those that have some sort of disadvantage, some sort of, they were not given the opportunities that they deserved. Some of you are foster parents. Some of you could have grown up in foster care. Some of you could have been adopted as well. That's coming through. What's interesting is you have a solid group of friends, right? Like you have people that show up for you because you show up for them. And I don't necessarily think all of you realize that you do have people that show up for you, or that you have people that would show up for you. There's something that you're growing. There's something that you are bringing to life in this lifetime. For some of you, you're meant to write a book. For some of you, it's your story, your personal story that you're going to share in some way. And it could be through social media. It could be through a book. It could be through some form of art form. I feel like for my pile number 3s, you dress in a very modest way. You're not someone who's very flashy. You prefer to take care of others. And that's very important for you. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that wants to come through before we move on, because I feel like there's something else and I'm not quite getting it. Pile number 3, some of you are very, very good cooks. Some of you are very, very good at when it comes to creating, whether it's, baked goods or just cooking. There's something very nurturing about your food, something very nurturing about the meals you prepare. Some of you could be a chef. Something about food is coming in. For some of you, you take comfort in food. Like when you're not feeling great, you treat yourself by getting yourself something yummy to eat, or like a yummy snack. For some of you, you're going to be creating something that has to do with food. Again, you could be a chef. You could just be a content creator that does something with food. You have a very cozy vibe. Pile number 3, you enjoy cozy things. I'm seeing socks, blankets, mood lighting. There's something about the lighting here. Like this group might not enjoy having the lights on very much. Movies, TV shows, books. You have a comfort show, pile number 3. Some of you have a comfort show. That is your go-to, and that's what makes you feel better. Let's keep going. Let's see what other people find desirable about you. Knight of Wands. 5 of Wands. So now we have Sagittarius energy very highly represented. Actually, I said Sagittarius. I meant fire, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it could be Sagittarius. See what else we have. Believe in yourself. Unleash your inner unicorn. This is very interesting energy. We're going to talk about it. Forgive someone. Yeah. And turn lemons into lessons. Okay. So, actually, I want to do this just because I don't want to cover that one up. All right. Pile number 3. What people find desirable about you is, again, you're not someone who gives up. You're constantly on the go. You're constantly moving forward. I do want to say some of you, you don't realize how beautiful you are. You don't realize how pretty you are. You don't realize how attractive you are. It's almost like girl next door, boy next door energy that's coming through. And people find that very desirable about you. You are very low maintenance. And I don't mean that in a backhanded compliment type of way. Just you are so natural and so pretty the way that you are. And for some of you, like you may wear, if you're someone that wears makeup, like you could wear very natural makeup. But like you really prioritize being comfortable. You prioritize feeling your best. And those are the things that you do. People really admire not only your outer beauty, but your inner beauty, because they can see how gentle you are. They can see how kind you are. For some of you, your hair is dyed purple. That's coming out. Some of you could be blonde. I'm actually seeing someone also having like black and purple in their hair. Some of you have your nails are always on point, whether that is you have, you add some nail polish color or you just have them very nicely kept. I keep saying this about this pile, but there's something about your hands. There's something about your hands that stands out, not only to me while I was doing the reading about who you are, but just in general. There's something about your hands that stand out. For some of you, you are very good at energy healing, whether that is Reiki or whether that is you just tap in and you're able to do some form of energy healing. Some of you cook. Like some of you can either cook and or bake. And if that's the case, pile number 3, drop a recipe because I'm getting hungry just with this reading. Some of you may work in food service. Someone here could be a bartender. Someone here creates delicious foods and or drinks. People love your resilience. People see how resilient you are. People see how tough you are. Like, you are tough, pile number 3. People see how hard you work. Some of you may have like 2 jobs. Some of you are constantly on the go, constantly doing the thing, but you don't let people know that you're tired. Like, if somebody talks to you, pile number 3, they may have like 1 job and they may be complaining about how tired they are, and you have like 2 to 3 jobs, and you're just sitting there like, oh, yeah, you know, I make it do. I do what I need to do. You encourage a lot of people. You support, you uplift people, pile number 3, and that makes you so desirable. You are the cheerleader. People are, if someone's about to give up on something and they come up to you and they're just like dejected and they're feeling very low, they will walk away after talking to you and they're going to be ready to conquer the world. And people see you as someone who can conquer the world. Even when you're going through difficult periods of time, people see you as someone who can absolutely conquer the world. Some of you dress in a very, I'm getting like librarian, but like cute librarian. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, when I think of librarians, I think of like the long skirts with a very nice top, like something very cute. Some of you wear a lot of cardigans. That's coming through. And listen, pile number 3, no one say anything bad about a cardigan because I love them and I wear them way too much. But that's what's coming through. Cardigans for this group, long skirts. This is not a group that wears heels. I'm not getting that. I'm getting like, some of you wear Doc Martens. Others of you, it's like combat boots. This is a very cute style that this group has. Like, I don't necessarily know if you would consider it a style, but there's a style here. For some of you, not some of you, for someone, there may be a desire to open a bookstore. If you want it, it'll happen. You can make it happen. That's the message coming through. Someone here may have a tattoo around their wrist that people really like. Other people really see you as some sort of unicorn. Some of you are really into astrology and you talk about it a lot. Like, you're the type of person where somebody may meet you and you're just like, when's your date of birth? What's your sun, moon, rising? That's coming through. Some of you are tarot readers. Could be oracle cards, anything really divination related. But people really like that about you. You have a very hopeful, optimistic energy that people love about you. Very encouraging energy. You're always on the go. You're always working towards what it is that you want. You don't let life circumstances get you down. As I was saying, you uplift other people and you allow other people to uplift you. Like, you can look at someone and take inspiration from them in the best way. I actually want to bring in, just for confirmation, we're going to bring in some physical features. This won't resonate for everyone, so you may see 1 or 2 things that resonate for you. You may see none of them that resonate for you. You may see all 5 that resonate for you. Just take it as it resonates. We're going to look at just physical features that are desirable. And as I told the other piles, I am not doing the more sensual or intimate desires because YouTube is very, very picky. Straight hair. So for some of you, you have very straight hair that is very beautiful. Plus size. So for some of you, you have curves. The mole. So you may have a mole. You may have a beauty mark somewhere. Full lips. So you may have full lips that really make you desirable, that really stand out. I'm getting for this group, it's also about how you express yourself. Light skin. And red hair. So take those as confirmation. Somebody's name may be Victoria. I just heard Victoria. Somebody's name may be Victoria. That could be confirmation for you as well. Or the name Victoria could be significant in some way. That's kind of, you know what, pile number 3, this is kind of what I was picturing. Remember when I was saying the skirt, the long skirt, and like a nice top? This is kind of what I was picturing. That's very interesting. I'm going to take that as confirmation. Because I don't think I was explaining it right, but that's kind of what I was picturing. Like a very cute long skirt with a very cute top moment and a cardigan. Some of you wear cardigans. And like I said, I wear a lot of cardigans. So listen, it's cute. Let's take a look at what lessons in love you are currently learning. And what we're going to look at, this can apply to platonic or romantic, and it's just any lessons in love that you're currently learning that are important for you to learn. So we have not compatible. You don't really believe there's a match for you. Have an open mind. Okay. Then we have burned out. You feel emotionally burned out right now. Retreat and recover before continuing. And not being you. You are trying to project a perfect image, but it's not really you. Be yourself. So let's talk about it. And as I said, these messages are going to be regardless of this applies to love or platonic relationships, such as friendships, family relationships, co-workers, anything like that. Take it as it resonates. So an important lesson that you are learning, pile number 3, in love and relationships, is that you don't have to do everything. You don't have to be the only one responsible. You don't have to save people. You don't have to be the one to make everything happen. Now, I obviously said at the beginning that for this group, some of you are parents, some of you are caretakers, and in certain situations, for example, if you are a single parent or if you're caretaking for someone that really can't take care of themselves, then obviously you have to be responsible. You have to do the things, right? Now, let's say that you have a partner or that you are just someone who takes on a lot of things. Because I also gave the example of you may go to work and you may show up and they have just a bunch of things that you need to take care of and your coworkers look to you. It's okay in connections, relationships of any sort, to set boundaries. And part of what my pile number 3s are learning in relationships is boundaries. Part of what you're learning is that you're not the one that has to do everything, that you don't have to earn people's love, that you don't have to earn people's acceptance, that you don't have to, that you don't have to take everything on yourself. That it is okay to delegate, that it is okay to let people be responsible for themselves. It's one thing to be a friend and to allow someone to come to you and express how they're feeling. It's a completely different thing to be the only one that does that. So let's say that you have friends, right? And you're the go-to. I need to go get pile number 3 because pile number 3 is going to make me feel better. At some point, you need to be able to receive the same energy from these people. At some point, you need to be the one that has someone to go to. So in love, what my pile number 3, what you are learning is that sometimes we outgrow people. It's that sometimes people are not right for us. That sometimes people will not act in their best energy, if you will. That sometimes some people will try to take advantage of us. Jobs will try to take advantage of us. Managers, right? Family members. That it is okay to say no. That it is okay to set boundaries and say, I can't handle anymore right now. It's okay to say, can we talk tomorrow? It's okay to say, I need another day. I need another week. What you are learning is to be yourself. That you don't have to be a yes man or yes woman in order to be worthy of relationships. And as I was saying, I think for some of my pile number 3s, you grew up having to be the responsible one. You grew up having to be the parental figure, the caretaker. You grew up not really having support. And that's very hard energy. And that can make you more susceptible to the wrong types of people coming in and making you feel like you have to jump hoops in order to connect with them. And what you are learning is to take time for yourself. And I know, because this is a group where you are working, you are busting your butt to get to where you need to be. So I'm not going to make it sound like, yeah, just take Sunday and don't work and just sleep. Because I know that's not possible for some of you, many of you probably. But there is a need to create some level of time and space to nurture yourself, because some of you are so burnt out. Some of you you're running on empty, and when you finally do slow down, it's going to take a while for you to get started again. And I think for some of you, that's why you keep going. That's why you keep moving. Because there's almost this inner knowing that once I do slow down, it's going to be hard to pick back up because I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. I'm so overwhelmed. What you're also learning is to show up as you are in connections. For some of you, you want to make other people happy. You want to get other people's approval. And part of what you're learning, part of a lesson that is available to you right now, is to realize that being you is going to connect you to the right people. That being you is the best version of who you are. And overall, the lesson here is that you don't have to work so hard, pile number 3, to be accepted, to be loved. Because you are lovable as you are, and guess what? I love you. I love this beautiful energy, and if this beautiful energy coming through is you, I have love for you. And there are many people that are going to love you, but you need to show them who you are. And there may be people that you're no longer compatible with once you show who you are. And if that's the case, it hurts. Grieve it, but let them go so that you can find the people that are right for you. And for those of you that are single and looking for a relationship, and you feel like there's no one out there for you, there is. But you need to be operating from your authenticity in order for them to connect with you. Because if you're hiding who you truly are, that person cannot find you. That's the same if you're looking for friends. If you're someone who likes, art, and you like creativity, and you like, specific music, how can you find the people that like the same things if they don't know that that's who you are? All right, pile number 3. Let's get into what you are currently creating, manifesting. What's my pile number 3? I love this for you. Ace of Wands, King of Cups. Pile number 3, what you are currently creating and manifesting is a new beginning. Some of you are going to be operating from the King of Cups energy, and the King of Cups is very emotionally intelligent. The King of Cups is very intuitive. The King of Cups wears his heart on his sleeve. The King of Cups is very loving, very compassionate, very forgiving. But he's a king. So he's also very good with boundaries. He's also very good at standing in his power. He's also very sure of who he is and what he has to offer. And what you are creating is a more secure version of who you are. What you are creating is a more heart-centered version of yourself that is going to go out into the world. You are receiving inspiration. This is a good time for you to really make note of the ideas that you're getting. Make note of any creative ideas, any creative hints, any creative inspiration that you have. You are currently manifesting and creating a more spiritual version of yourself. You are currently connecting to your intuition, to your higher self at a deeper level as well. For some of you, you are creating a new opportunity when it comes to work or some sort of project. If for some of you, you're coming out of school, there is a job waiting for you. For others of you, this could just be you manifesting a job. And whatever it is that you're manifesting, it's more in alignment with your higher self and with your inner peace. There's a lot more peace coming in. There's a lot more ease coming in for this pile. And for you, you're creating this in your world. You're creating this in your outer world. And it's going to reflect in your inner world as well, but it's going to show up in your outer world. You're going to be feeling all the feelings, and that's going to be a good thing for you, pile number 3. Because for some of you, you may struggle with certain feelings. There's a lot of healing here that's being manifested as well. Some of you are going to be manifesting more time to yourself, more time to re-energize, regenerate your energy. And that could be like you get a new job and that job pays more, so you have more time. Or you have better hours, or you set some boundaries with your current work or with the people around you. But that's what's coming in. It's more peace, more harmony. More ease. That's why I keep getting the word ease for this group. Let's take a look at the messages Goddess Aphrodite has for you. I release all negative beliefs that no longer serve me, creating space for positive and empowering thoughts to flourish within me. That's very Ace of Wands energy. And that could be an affirmation that you use. Then we have, I lovingly grant myself permission to manifest and receive all of the desires of my heart in perfect alignment with divine timing. There's a lot of opportunity here to manifest the things that you want. But you have to give yourself permission, and then you have to create the space for it to come in. I choose to express my needs and feelings freely. I am constantly surrounded by positive people and situations. Very King of Cups energy. And that's what's coming through, right? It's like you're clearing out what's not for you in order to welcome in what is for you. And for some of you, unfortunately, that includes some people that are just no longer compatible with you. And for those of you that those people have already left your life, this is confirmation that the new people are coming in. So for this group, I'm going to show you the picture. Well, for this little group of cards, I'm going to show you the picture or the illustration on the back of the card, and then we're going to look at it. Unleash your fire. Show your passion and strength, and make sure everyone sees it and feels it. Again, very Ace of Wands energy. Because this is saying, be unapologetic about who you are. You deserve everything that you want and desire. You don't need permission. And you're a very passionate person. Tap into that and unleash it. Then we have this card here. I love this card. And it says, you're the head, be in charge. Steer your life with confidence and grace. Some of you are going to be taking the reins of your chariot, of your life, of your purpose. And there is so much that you're creating here. People are going to be shocked, pile number 3. I think you're going to be shocked. because there's a lot of abundance that you are meant to have. And for many of you, this abundance was meant to come in after your Saturn return, which is what, 29 to like 30th birthday. So if you've just passed that milestone, it's coming in. For the others of you, it's going to trickle in. Oh, so that's the art. And it's okay to let go of things that don't serve you. Growth involves change. Goosebumps. Because that's exactly what your love message was. Your love lesson, right? It's okay to let go of things that don't serve you. Growth involves change. And sometimes those things can be people, and that's okay. All right, pile number 3, we're going to do charms. Let's look at my little charms. That's where they're kept. So we're going to do charms, just extra confirmation. I'm actually going to put them here. All right. I feel like I grabbed so many. Moon. Oh, it is this moon. Very intuitive energy. For some of you, you also just need a nap is what I'm hearing. Like, you may just need a nap. Look at this. Didn't we have the unicorn card for you? Look at the unicorn. You are meant to stand out. You are meant to be seen. You also have a very healing, loving energy. For some of you, work with the unicorn as a spirit animal. And yes, you can work with the unicorn as a spirit animal. Any of the mythical creatures can be spirit animals. Some of you have a strong connection to the fairies as well. Look at this circle. I'm getting the circle of trust from Meet the Parents. And what you're realizing is who doesn't deserve to be in your circle. The moon again, a lot of intuition. A lot of things coming to light as well for this group. And by light, I mean just realizations. The peace, more peace. We talked about that. More peace and harmony coming in for this group. Yeah, some of you are parents. If you're not a parent, this is also the inner child that is ready to connect with you. And this was says made with love. And that is, you were made of love. You are love. You don't have to earn love. The feather, look out for signs and synchronicities that are going to be coming your way. Some of you are going to see feathers while you're walking. Look at the peace sign again. There's a lot of peace coming in for this group and you've earned it. The elephant, a lot of blessing. For some of you working with Ganesha. More feathers. As I said, a lot of signs and synchronicities are going to be coming in. Take advantage of the sweet side of life. Also with the strawberries, like I said, some of you are very good when it comes to food, when it comes to creating something with your hands. The owl, a lot of wisdom. For some of you, the goddess Athena is ready to connect with you. The flamingo. This, for some reason, I haven't really seen it that way, but I'm being reminded of Alice in Wonderland, and they were playing and they used them as, please don't do that, but bring more fun into your life is what I'm trying to say. Look at the bow. Something is going to be tied in together perfectly. Something is going to, it's like put a bow in it. Something is coming together perfectly. The starfish. Some of you should work with goddess Aphrodite in your day-to-day work. Also with the starfish, more hope, more faith, more optimism coming in. A lot of you have a lot of angelic guides that guide you. The butterfly, a period of transformation. The cat, is this a cat? Yep. Some of you have pets. If you've been thinking about getting a pet, this is confirmation, but this is also you becoming more independent and embracing your independence. And then the last one, what is this? Oh, love. Yeah. Act from a place of love and self-love, self-care, very important for this group. Just making sure I didn't drop anything else. Pile number 3, that is what I have for you. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comment section below. I will be posting every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and we will talk soon. Bye for now.